Hello everyone, you're welcome to this edition of the 6 p.m. primetime newscast on Equinoxe television, live from our headquarters in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala. My name is Pablo Jonathan. In our top stories at this news hour, Cameroonians converge on different ceremonial grounds across the country to celebrate the abolition of the federal system of government and the adoption of a unitary state. 50 years down memory lane, May 20, 1972, but the Popular Action Party, the PAP, says that was done in violation of the 1961 Federal Constitution. We begin in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé, where the May 20 National Day Parade was presided at by the President of the Republic, Paul Biya, the May 20 Boulevard, and of course, schools, pupils, students turn out, political parties to exalt the country's national unity, though threatened by security tensions in the northwest and southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon. Malaglory has more in this report.
Face mask, one of the compulsory elements put out by the authorities for anyone participating in the 20th May celebration. Some school children from primary, secondary, higher institution and other groups marched across the 20th May Boulevard in Yaoundé, the capital city. Here, hundreds of school children, political groups and some athletic young people carried out the marching exercise, all in the presence of the country's president, Paul Biya. Despite the heavy rains in the capital city, it could never be a reason for the people who have been in a hold-up for 2 years not to be part of the day's celebration.
Here in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala, the May 20 celebrations took place at the Beseke Valley Ceremonial Ground, and of course schools, as you saw in that report in Yaoundé. Pupils and students were there with political party militants and of course civil society leaders to celebrate the unity of the country 50 years after the adoption of the unitary state. For me, Armstrong Sanders has more. We'll be coming back to For Me, Armstrong Sanders short. We have indications that Boya is ready, and in Boya, Derek Jatos says that the celebration of the National Day took place with empty streets. He says threats and calls from separatist fighters to boycott the day triggered fear, forcing many to remain indoors. In the southwest region. In the meantime, affiliating the ceremony called for presiding over the ceremony, the governor called for a region to be very, very active and of course to promote peace. It is with Derek Jato. Derek Jato with the report on the celebration of National Day in the Southwest Regional Chief Town, Boya, and he says that the celebration was taking place in a tense atmosphere as a result of threats from separatist fighters in that part of the country. Several streets were empty. People remained indoors. Many of the people in that part of the country stayed indoors because of the threats, and while presiding at the ceremony, Southwest Governor Benau Bilai urged the people to be more vigilant and of course to work for peace. This report.
Boya, the Southwest Regional Capital, celebrate the National Day with near empty street. Threats and calls for boycott from separatist fighters, many say, might have created some fear. But at the Independence Square where the ceremony is taking place, the authorities are impressed with the turnout.
Congratulate all the population of Boya and the other headquarters of the subdivision who mobilize themselves to give the nation the love and the respect the nation deserves. You know, we have only one nation.
The march past had all that usually characterize such a day, and also present was the customs sector, during which Kamdem Ashil, the Southwest Customs Enforce Unit commander, showing gratitude, revealed that the customs sector is also now equipped for security interventions.
Recently, the head of state have decided to upgrade custom at the same level of security. It was a place for us to show to you, the people, that custom, despite the fact that its fundamental mission is to collect revenue, we can also able to help in terms of security.
The Social Democratic Front SDF was absent, but other political parties participated. And for the first time, the Cameroon National Salvation Front Party of Minister Issa Chiroma Bakari announced its presence in the Southwest region, headed by Calvis Nange, the party regional coordinator, who was also the bearer of the message from the party chairman to the Southwest people.
They should know he's thinking about them, and he wants them to take this platform to use it as a tool for change. It's a call for mobilization and a call for unity.
Closing the ceremony, Southwest Governor Benato Kaliabilai called for vigilance in a region like Southwest, where anything can still happen at any time.
We must always remain vigilant because some misguided compatriots who still moving around. We should sensitize them, talk to them, and tell them that we have only one nation and we must protect our nation.
Celebrated hitch-free. Award of medals were also part of the 2022 20th celebration package in Boya.
Larry Jatta reporting there on the celebration of National Unity Day in the Southwest Regional Chief Town, Boya, a celebration characterized by threats from separatist fighters, threats that forced many to stay indoors, and the streets were thus empty on National Day in the Southwest Regional Capital, Boya. Now we come back to the economic capital, Douala, where the celebration unfolded hitch-free at the Basic Valley Ceremonial Ground. As for me, Armstrong Sanda reports. Before we have that report, let's take the reaction of the Popular Action Party, the PAP, on the National Day celebration, May 20. And of course, it is a day that celebrates the abolition of the federal system of government and the adoption of the unitary state, May 20. 1972, the Popular Action Party President Dennis Mjang, in a statement, says that was done in violation of the 1961 Federal Constitution of the Republic. Listen to him.
Well, the Popular Action Party is very, very disappointed. We felt somehow to be part of the 20th May celebration because we felt that that date, 20th May 1972, was an illegal date. It was in violation of the 1961 Constitution, Article 47. And we felt that since a date like that was imposed and manipulated by the former President Pavlaijo to systematically wipe off the Anglo-Saxon heritage, we felt that it is a date that we should rather see it as a date of mourning rather than a date of celebration. And the worst of it is in 1984, President Pobia unilaterally changed the name of the country from the United Republic to the Republic of Cameroon. So we don't know which we are celebrating, the United or the Republic of Cameroon. So we felt that it's a manipulative date and it does not reflect the realities of our historical foundation of the country. So we of the Popular Action Party, we stand on the point that the 1961 Constitution needs to be revisited. We can't be talking about national unity when there is war, ongoing war in one part of the country. We can't talk about national unity when there is systematic tribalism. We can't talk about national unity when there is hunger, continuous price of continuous increase in prices in our markets. And we cannot talk about national unity when there is a huge embezzlement of public funds and people are just moving about as if nothing is happening. I think we need to sit and think together and visit back the federal constitution, and as a party that has always stood for a federation, I believe that the 1961 constitution needs to be revisited to restructure back and retrace and retract our living together. Thank you.
The president of the Popular Action Party, the PAP, Dennis Jones, speaking there and highlighting issues affecting the unity of the country, notably the security crisis in the northwest and southwest regions of the country, which he, like many other politicians of the opposition and civil society leader, think stems from the abolition of the federal system of government on May 20, 1972, and the subsequent change of the name of the country by the current president, Paul Biya, from the United Republic of Cameroon to the Republic of Cameroon. And this is considered by many civil society, political leaders, observers, and critics as an issue that is provoking, or that is at the origin of the crisis, security tensions threatening to fragment the country at a time when the authorities in Yaoundé, the President of the Republic, the Prime Minister, and other authorities have been preaching peace, preaching unity, preaching a one and indivisible Cameroon, and calling on the people in the northwest and southwest regions and across the board to work for the stabilization, for the stability and unity of the country, to consolidate and to promote this unity. In the meantime, several persons in the bushes in the northwest and southwest regions of the country fighting against this unity and declaring that they want the independence of the former British Southern Cameroons. And of course, this is a problem that finds its root in issues like marginalization and of course an attempted assimilation by the authorities in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé, according to an interpretation of the statement made by President Paul Biya recently in a Paris Peace Summit. And of course, this has put the country in the troubled waters in which it is today. And for close to 6 years now, government and other stakeholders have been battling, struggling to restore peace and normalcy and consolidate the country's unity and territorial integrity using the security and defense forces in the northwest and southwest regions, but also engaging a dialogue which some consider as monologue with regards to the fact that all the parties are not brought on board, according to many civil society leaders and opinion leaders in the Republic of Cameroon. And that is why conflict resolution experts, peace and negotiation consultants like people like Mayer, and of course Rolf Meyer, who is a former South African minister and chief negotiator of the apartheid transition, the transition from apartheid to the present day South African, have continued calling for a genuine and inclusive dialogue as the only way out of the socio-political tensions in the Republic of Cameroon. Now, for me, Armstrong Sander brings to us details on the celebration of National Unity Day here in Cameroon's economic capital, Douala, in this report.
National Day activities at the Beseke ceremonial ground in Douala unfolded in a friendly weather condition, presided out by the governor of the Littoral region, Samuel Jodene Ivahad Dibois. 20th May at the Beseke ceremonial ground began with the award of medals to some meritorious Cameroonians. First on the line of recipients is the Senior Divisional Officer for the Vuri Division, Benjamin Mbotu, decorated as Officer of the National Order of Valor. Also decorated among the 300 recipients in Douala, Isaac Mode said the medal signifies selfless service to the nation.
Il y a un sentiment de fierté qui vous anime.
The medal award immediately paved the way for the military march past, which began at exactly 10:40 a.m., commanded by Colonel Ndongondongo Simon, commander of the 21st Engineering Regiment. At 11:15 a.m. was the turn of the civilian march past, characterized by the participation of institutions of learning, civil society organizations, and political parties, which all contributed to a successful event, according to the governor of the Littoral region.
The Littoral, as other regions, are just part of the nation, and there is no discrimination, there is no way to say that we have some Cameroonians here and the other Cameroonians in the other way. We are belonging to the same family, and when there is a problem, we are facing problem. When there is peace, we are together.
Rounding up the event, political party participation in Douala featured, among others, the Social Democratic Front, the SDF Party, the UPC, the Cameroon Democratic Union, the CDU, the Cameroon Party for National Reconciliation, the CPNR, PADEG, the National Union for Democracy and Progress, the NUDP, the Cameroon People's Democratic Movement, the CPDM, and the Pews Political Party.
And despite the unstable socio-political and security situation in the prevailing across Anglophone Cameroon, the May 20 National Day celebration equally unfolded in Equinoxe in the southwest region of the country, and the threats did not stop some Cameroonians from going to the ceremonial ground to take part in the Unity Day celebration. Now take a listen to Parliamentarian Honorable Tanyitiku and the Divisional Officer of Equinoxe, Eli Etone. Take a listen.
I think you bear me witness. Everybody be happy. I think in my capacity as a CEO, I'll be overwhelmed with joy for which I don't see today. We don't get all kinds publicity or counter publicity about treating me. We don't get all kinds of threats.
That was the divisional officer of Equinoxe speaking there. And of course, we'll be bringing to you updates on the celebration of National Unity Day from other parts of the country in a subsequent news edition. Criminality, tensions, and emergencies have for some time now been under control within quick intervention of security officers, and this is because of the video surveillance system established in major towns of the Republic of Cameroon, controlled from a center in the nation's political capital, Yaoundé. How does that work? Details with Innocent.
The cas de vol de moto.
A scene captured by surveillance cameras in Yupwe Douala. Two men armed with knives aggressed and stole a man's motorbike.
Ils ont pu voler cette moto.
One of the bandits, arrested by police later, denied attacking anyone or being in possession of a knife.
Vous avez vu tout à l'heure, il a jeté son couteau. Il ne sait pas déjà que nous, on est en train de dire à nos hommes sur le terrain ce qu'il a fait et qu'on est en train de demander qu'il soit interpellé.
The hoodlum was far from imagining all of their actions were being recorded. At the parking lot of the Douala International Airport, some individuals specialized in stealing and dismantling of vehicle parts were apprehended thanks to the surveillance cameras.
Là, il y a déjà un qui est maîtrisé au sol et Ils seront tous interpellés.
Here is the center where all actions taking place in the streets are monitored by security officials, with quick action taken when a criminal offense has been or is being committed.
À partir d'ici donc,
once the cameras capture for us a criminal scene, we immediately relay information to security forces on the field, who then hunt down the culprits. This video surveillance center is now present in all 10 regions to contain criminality.
Toutes les actions nécessaires pour ramener le calme partout où on sent qu'il y a une situation d'incident.
In total, over 3,500 cameras have been installed all over the national territory. They are controlled from this center based in Yaoundé with a 24/7 work. This center has a large team of professionals who work relentlessly day and night. Right now we are in all capitals of the 10 regions, and we have some divisional chieftains like Kribi, Kuseri and Limbe already covered.
Et même Limbe qui sont déjà couverts.
Results obtained so far are satisfactory, but the state is expected to put in more efforts to drastically reduce crime rates.
L'ensemble des villes du Cameroun,
all the cities in Cameroon will be covered by this system or project that integrated the entire country in its conception.
Dans le cadre de la phase 2, nous allons,
during its second phase, we will cover in totality divisional chieftains, and most subdivisions will be covered. We don't forget border posts, with some already covered to facilitate work of our security forces.
De disposer d'un maximum d'informations devant faciliter leurs actions sur le terrain.
Capturing a collapsing story building undergoing construction, a stone throw from Seoul-Simignon, and an explosion of an improvised explosive device at a Rond-Point Damas in Yaoundé. The surveillance cameras permitted quick intervention and the deployment of other required measures.
And that's it for today. Thanks for staying with us. Goodbye.
Equinoxe Télévision, au-delà de l'image, nous rendons compte.